Hey, do you have 77 million Robux to spare? Cause I sure don't. But if you do, you can buy the Dominus Imperius right now. And this is my favorite Dominus ever made. It's the first Dominus ever made. And as we know in one of my previous videos, this is a hooded Valkyrie. That's right. So, if you want to spend 77 million Robux, you can. But if we bring it back all the way to 2012, let's see what the Dominus Imperius looked like back then. Okay, so this is what the Dominus Imperius looked like in January 2010. And as you can see, people were selling it for just 66,000 Robux. Now, something that costs 77 million Robux now costed just 66,000 then. It's crazy how inflation makes the prices of everything go up over time. But what if I told you some point between the price being 66,000 and 77 million, there was a time when this was just being tossed around like a bully tossing around a small child. Today, I'm going to be telling you about a story about the time this Dominus Imperius was scammed multiple times and all the different ways it was taken from one person. So, let's bring it back to September 2012. So this is what the front page of Roblox looked like in September 2012. So the scammer back then would have seen this when they wanted to log in. Roblox, the free online building game. Featured game, sword fights on the heights. Play now. Choose your character. This is how people dressed back then, guys. Except the 2.0s didn't really look like this. I don't know why they're making her arms look so skinny, but I'm a girl. What can I do as a girl? To play Roblox, sign into roblox.com on a computer running Windows or Mac. And then you see some guy screaming. Aah! Yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit of a scary, haunted image, but you know what? It's okay. Also here in 2012 Roblox is a concept I need to explain to some of your newer users here. So at the top here you see a button that says forum. Now the forums basically were a place to discuss things that were happening on Roblox. There was all kinds of forums, from Roblox talk to game design to clans and guilds, scripters, off-topic, sports fans and music fans. There was a forum for everyone. Now back in 2012 the forum I would frequent is the most dead one, which was Robloxywood. As you can see, all of these forums, most of them at least, had posts from today. Robloxywood didn't even have one, but this video is not about Robloxywood. In fact, this video is about a piece of history from the Let's Make a Deal forum. Now, I've always had a complicated relationship with this forum, and it was one of the most popular ones. But long story short, this was the forum where people who traded items on Roblox would post. All the scammers, all the legit people, everyone who just was interested in Robux and limiteds and all that stuff would post here. Now, how good this forum was, it's really up for debate. In my opinion, this ended up being a really garbage forum, especially towards the end, and I have my reasons. But at its best, it was a nice chill little place to chat with like-minded users. But anyway, let's begin the story. This person happens to be banned forever, but of course, I can look at banned accounts. So if we look at this guy, he quit Roblox by, you can see him with this kind of saddish looking face, and he quit Roblox. And once I explain what goes on in this story, it'll make a lot of sense why he quit Roblox. So Master Warrior 11 here is our scammer of the day here. So before I go into my story, there's another person I must bring up. So we have another user named Zaffer. I'm not sure that's how you say their name, but I'm gonna say it like that anyway. This person also quit Roblox over 7 years ago, and they also happen to be banned forever. But now that we have both of these users, this is relevant to our story. First, Zaffer here owned a Dominus Imperius, the item that costs 77 million Robux now. He also owned an Ice Crown. Now, nowadays the Ice Crown isn't very expensive, but back in 2012, the Ice Crown was actually one of the most expensive limiteds on the entire site of Roblox. And so back then, people were still selling their items for real money, using PayPal and talking to each other over stuff like Skype and Xfire. This is before we had Discord, okay? And just remember, kids, selling and buying items for real money from people on the black market is not allowed. and you can get banned forever if you get caught doing any of that stuff. So just avoid it. Plus, there's a lot of scammers out there. But anyway, Master Warrior 11 bought a Dominus Imperius and an Ice Crown from Zaffer for $1,400. Now, that is a lot of money. $1,400 can get you 235 months of Builders Club, okay? Which is about 19 years of Builders Club. You can give a kid Builders Club from the day he's born, and then the day he becomes an adult, he'll still have Builders Club. So, and actually, that $1,400 isn't that much if we look at how much these items are worth today. 77 million Robux, if you wanted to buy 77 million Robux, and if it's 80 Robux per dollar, it would cost you almost $1 million now. So getting a bargain, paying only $1,400 for something that costs nearly $1 million now is really good. But here's the thing about PayPal, which is what they use to do this transaction. There is this thing known as chargebacking. For example, if you buy clothes from a store and they don't quite fit you right, you're going to want to return them and get a refund, right? That makes sense. Well, similarly on PayPal, if you're not happy with your transaction, you could request what is known as a chargeback, and you'll get your money back because the customer is always right. So basically, Master Warrior over here demanded a refund from Zaffer and finessed $1,400 from him. So he got his money back, and he still had the items. And there's nothing Roblox could do about it because buying items off-site is legal. So he just lost a Dominus Imperius, the most expensive limited on Roblox, and an Ice Crown, another really expensive item at the time. So that's a lot of stuff to scam, right? But the story doesn't end here. So we introduce another character into our story. So this person actually isn't banned forever. And so a couple hours after Master Warrior 11 scams Zaffer, Nuts and Bolts takes his own action and decides to guess the password to Master Warrior 11's email. So he resets the account, steals the Dominus Imperius straight from the dude's account, and then he trades it to, got another character for y'all, this man right here, Source of Evil. Now, Source of Evil also happens to be banned forever, and he was a very infamous user. But anyway, Nuts and Bolts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here traded the stolen Dominus Imperius for an Ice Crown, a Dominus Infernus, and a Dominus Frigidus. Now, this is a crazy big trade. And at the time, one Imperius could get you an Infernus, a Frigidus, and an Ice Crown. Now, I'm not sure what the values of these items were back then, but I could assure you it was a lot, okay? So now, Nuts and Bolts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 has an Infernus, a Frigidus, and an Ice Crown. Source of Evil now owns an Imperius. So now, after all this has occurred, Master Warrior 11 quits Roblox. And then, an infamous banned forever user known as Lord Vade, also known as Lord Nathan, who was once one of the most hated Robloxians ever, and I can do a further story on him. As you can see here, he has a Dominus Frigidus. So now we have a new character in our story, named Lord Vade. As I just quickly described him earlier, Lord Vade proceeded to blackmail Nuts and Bolts because he knew the truth about what happened, and bought the Frigidus off of Nuts and Bolts. And this Frigidus is still on Lord Vade's head to this day, even though he is banned forever. Now this description on Lord Vade's profile is kind of sad and ominous. Ompon will be finished very soon, and it will be every bit as amazing as you guys expect it to be. I don't know if he ever finished Ompon, but I guess he got banned forever before he could do that. So, as you can see, the Frigidus was bought with real money, PayPal of course, and this is where the story ends here. So, let me give a quick overview. It all starts with Master Warrior 11 buying a Dominus Imperius and an Ice Crown from Zaffer for $1,400. Then Master Warrior demands a refund and runs away with the items and his money. Zaffer is left with nothing. Poor guy. A couple hours later, Nuts and Bolts guesses the password to Master Warrior's email, resets the password and steals the Dominus, and then trades the Dominus to Source of Evil for an Ice Crown, a Dominus Infernus, and a Dominus Frigidus. Master Warrior 11 quits Roblox. Lord Vader gets the Frigidus from Nuts and Bolts. And Nuts and Bolts, well, I don't know what happened to his items, but I guess he got rid of them some way, somehow, and he's still not banned to this day. And out of all the people in this story, the only one who is not banned forever is Nuts and Bolts 12345. But his description says, January 18th, 2016, I'll be playing soon, and my new account is Mr. Bolts. I'll be playing again soon. I guess not. He never came back. So anyway, I hope you guys found this story interesting, because I sure did when I read about this in an old forum post discussing 2012 events of Roblox Lamad. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. Smash the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell. And yeah, it's your boy Fave, and I'm out.